Now, this is a story all about how my life got turned flip upside down, and I invite you to take a minute, sit right there and bear with me till I'm done, and let me share with you the most amazing story of how I got enrolled in conscious living number one. About 10 years ago, I'm a filmmaker, a video maker, and I had wonderful projects going on, but all my days were fully booked from morning till evening for the next 6-7 months. And I thought to myself, I really enjoy what I'm doing, but it might be nice to have a break for a change. And out of the blue, all of a sudden, all my clients started calling me to cancel their projects. And where I had a fully booked agenda for the next half year, 2 days later, all the jobs for the next 2 months were cancelled. And I was like, okay, this is a bit too much rest that I have. What am I gonna do the next 2 months? And then I thought, but this is amazing, man. Finally, I can tell my own story. I've had 10 years of experience. Now I know how to tell a story, how to make a video. So let's tell my own story. What do I want to share with the world? And then I thought to myself, yeah, what do I want to share with the world? If I can make up or tell every story, what story do I want to tell? And I thought, yeah, but what's important to me? Who am I exactly? Fast rewind. When I was 15 years old, I had to go through surgery, through a head surgery, and the doctors told me, yeah, it's gonna be very hard, and we are not exactly sure that you will make it. So there's a chance you might die in the process. I know it's hard to bear, but maybe it's a good time for you to say goodbye to your relatives and friends. And that was such a shock to me. And while I was thinking about my life, and a question came up for me, and the question was like, if I might die, who is it that is going to die? Who am I exactly? And all these things started coming up, all the things I remembered, a lot of characteristics about me, but it was always about me. I couldn't find the I that's the witness of everything. That was my near-death experience. But back now that I was thinking, what do I want to tell? I thought, I don't know who this I is. Who am I? I only could think of like things I loved. But who is this I who is witnessing everything? I thought, this is a story I want to tell. I'm going to travel around the world, meet people, and I'm going to look for who is I exactly. And then I immediately thought, yeah, but then I have to like speak to a lot of people, travel a lot, read a lot, going through religions, philosophies, old cultures. This is gonna take years and years, lifetimes maybe. I have to meet a guy, I have to meet somebody who done all this work, and have to pick his or her mind. But anyway, back to the work. I still had to finish one job, and one job was I had to make interactive DVDs. But I needed to work on both Mac and PCs. And since I didn't have a PC, I needed to buy a PC or lend one from a friend. And I thought, yeah, but like buying one just for this job, maybe it's like I spent too much money. And when I opened up my email account, I saw a mail from this guy, Geert in Brussels, who was selling his PC laptop for an extremely cheap price. I thought, this is amazing, man. This is what I needed. So I sent him a mail, let's meet tomorrow in Brussels and I'll buy the thing. So I went to Brussels the next day, and I went to this cafe, and I came in, but I didn't see any Geert. But there was a guy sitting alone at a table with his laptop, waving at me and shouting my name. And I was like, I don't know this guy. This is not the Geert that I knew. But anyway, I didn't want to admit it, so I started talking to him. He was the guy, but definitely another Geert that I had in mind. And we started talking, and I bought a PC. And then he asked me, "You're making videos. What are you into?" And I said, like, yeah, I'm working on this amazing project where I want to look for the essence of me, the I in me. And now I'm looking for a guy, or looking for somebody who's done all this research, and so I can interview him. And he said, "This is amazing." I said, "What?" I just came back from South Africa, and I've met such a guy, and I've done this amazing course. Who was founded by him. The guy is called Marc Steinberg. This is mind-blowing, my friend. This is exactly what you're looking for. I said, okay, yeah, I want to meet and interview the guy. He said, yeah, but you want to do his course first. I thought, no, I don't want to do a course. I just want to meet and interview the guy. He said, yeah, okay, but you will regret it later. After you've spoken to him, you will regret that you didn't do the course. It's coming to Belgium for the first time. You ought to do it. I said, Geert, you don't really know who I am, man. I'm like the most happy guy I've ever met. I don't need such a course. I think it's valuable, but I don't think it's anything for me. He said, I understand you, and I invite you to do it anyway. It's mind-blowing. I couldn't imagine it, what happened there. I was like, okay, maybe. But let's set up an interview with him. He said, yeah, but do the course and you ask him yourself. I was like, fuck, okay, cool. And Geert was, can I call you back? For what? Yeah, for the details of the course. I'll call you back tomorrow. I was like, okay, you call me back. Called me back the next day, and he told me about it again and again, and he said, this is the price, those are the dates. I was like, yeah, this is, I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money on it. It was like 750 euros. And he was like, yeah, but this is about your life, man. It's gonna completely change your life. Isn't your life worth more than 750 euros? I was, yeah, I'll think about it. And he was like, okay, cool. Can I call you back tomorrow? And I was like, okay, call me back tomorrow. So the next day the phone rang, and I thought, okay, man, I don't want to do this course. What I'm gonna do? I thought I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna make up the stories. We'll say I don't have the money, or I'll make up something. So Geert was like, did you decide anything yet? And I was like, yeah, Geert, it sounds really interesting, and you're a wonderful guy, but I don't have the money to do the course. See, the thing is, I bought stocks, which I did, and I said they recently had like a major fallback, and I lost 6,000 euros. And he was like, I'm sorry to hear that, and this course is meant for such things. Meant for what? Yeah, that those things won't happen to you again. I was like, what? You're gonna change my reality? Of course it's gonna change my reality. And he was like, yeah, those things, like, they won't be that frequent in your life anymore. This course is designed to overcome those things. It's to transform you. And anyway, if such things would happen to you, so that you can deal with it appropriately, and like it won't affect you that much. And I was like, what is he saying? So I was like, okay, here, and he said, I'll call you back tomorrow a last time, and then you just decide, and I won't bother you anymore. I was okay, and I put down my phone, and I was a bit annoyed that he kept harassing me. And I thought, like, should I have lied to him about the stocks? But anyway, and then I thought, how are my stocks doing anyway? So I went on the internet, and I kid you not, the moment I made up the lie to Geert that I lost 6,000 euros, that moment my stocks dropped 6,000 euros. I thought, what is going on here, man? Like, I didn't know that, and shit, I lost that money. And exactly what I said to Geert. And when I wanted to have a break, all of a sudden all my clients started calling that they didn't want my service anymore. And then I wanted the laptop, and Geert comes up. And then I wanted to meet this guy, and Geert tells me about this guy. I thought, there might be something more going on here than I can comprehend. So the next day Geert called me and he said, like, did you decide yet? And I said, well, Geert, there's been a major shift, and I'd like to do the course. And I promise you, if I find the money, then I'm in. He said, that's a commitment, man. That's a great deal. Have a beautiful evening. And I threw down my phone. I was a bit annoyed. I threw down my phone, and on my night cabin there was a book. So I threw down my phone and I knocked off the book. The book fell opened, and there was 750 euros in cash in there. Now I knew I put some money in there, but not that amount. I took a picture of the 750 euros, sent it to Geert with the message, I'm in. And that's how my journey started. That's when I enrolled for the Master 1. It was called Master 1 back then, Conscious Living #1. That's how my story started, and I never looked back. It's been amazing ever since, and I've done all the courses, all the retreats, and I've done so many things with creative consciousness. And Marc became a dear friend and a wonderful guru to me. Thanks for your time and listening to my story. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.